This story is brought to you by HelloDearReader.com.
Okay, so bear with me. This is an absolutely true story. I know some of my stories have been a little on the fantastic side, but they were all true, well, mostly true. This is the story of how I saved Thanksgiving from a turkey so diabolical that you will be surprised that I survived the encounter. It took all my wits, cunning, guile, brains, willpower, and a few more cool words to overcome the monster. As per our tradition, I took care of the Thanksgiving dinner. This is the most joyous of holidays, family, friends, and the most important part, food. In this case, turkey. I plan for this grand feast all year, and I lovingly prepare with my own 2 hands and occasionally a foot. This year, I was going to go outside of my ordinary turkey and do something different. I was informed, thanks, John, that you can stuff a turkey with a duck and a chicken. You do what with a duck? And chicken? This monstrosity was the challenge I needed. A turducken. I happily danced to reggae as Bandit the Beast of Nye Circle, waited in anticipation for me to drop food for him to gobble up. He's a massive monster of a dog with large teeth and long sharp claws. Wait, I'm off subject, so I had my turkey on the center island with the duck and the chicken. I first tried to stuff the duck into the turkey but realized that I needed to stuff the chicken into the duck first. So, I spent 10 minutes attempting and finally settling on using WD-40 to make it slick enough to slide in. Next was to put the ducken into the turkey. Another 20 minutes was spent until I again attempted WD-40. It didn't work so well, but I eventually got it to stay put with only shooting across the room a few times. Now I was ready. Time for the turducken to cook. I grabbed my jumper cables and car battery and got to work hooking it up. I know I saw this on a YouTube video, or maybe it was a movie. Regardless, this was the best way to cook this sweet meal. I attached the leads to each end and clamped the other end to the battery. The electricity did its thing. The turducken shook and began to cook, or maybe it was fizzling, but it started to smell like it was cooking. Then the wing of the turkey began to move. I yelled, "It's alive!" Because that's what the guy did in the video. But to my horror, instead of it cooking, it slowly rose to its bone feet. Bandit, the beast, growled at the thing. My trusty wolf companion wouldn't let me down. The monster flapped its wings and took a step towards me. My trusty beast ran and hid under the table. The snot abandoned me. To be honest, the turkey did outweigh him. I stared at the recently resurrected rare turkey as it twitched about. It took another step towards me. I had realized too late that I had created a Frankenturducken. To my horror, I heard the battle cry of my one true enemy, gobble, gobble. And then quack, quack, cluck, cluck. For a moment, fear struck me, 3 times the fear of years past. I shook the triple fear from me and grabbed the first weapon at my disposal, my trusty sword. Okay, it was a butter knife, but it was still a good weapon for stabby. The Frankenturducken grabbed a pitchfork, well, a fork, but close enough. The battle was about to begin. The monster turkey lunged at me, but I dodged to my right, using my trusty butter knife sword to deflect the blow. This didn't faze the fowl. Oh yes, puns, puns, and more puns. I swung my sword, nicking the roasted beast in the wing. It wheeled from the blow but was back on its delicious stubby legs. I screamed the war cry of my ancestors, food. And the monster screeched the war cry of its tasty ancestors, gobble, gobble, quack, quack, cluck, cluck. We jumped towards each other with the fury of a hungry man and a delectable roasted turkey. I pivoted to my left to trick the creature, but it was onto me and used its pitchfork of doom to poke me in the arm. It really hurt. I did a double backflip over the kitchen island, landing between the monster and the kitchen sink. I had an idea. I grabbed the faucet sprayer and sprayed the fierce fiendish fowl. Even the monster rolled its non-existent eyes at that, and pushed the monster back toward the oven. This was my chance. I jumped forward with both hands out, shoving the roasted rascal into the open oven. While it was attempting to regain its balance, I leapt back over the kitchen island. The monster had regained its footing, but it was too late. I slammed the oven door shut. I was going to cook this monster to death. I set the oven to 375 and hit bake. I watched the monster bang its wing against the oven door. It was no good. I had won this battle. No turkey can beat me. But, the poor thing kept banging on the door. I created it, and I started to feel sorry for it. I turned off the oven and opened the door. The monster jumped out of the oven and back onto the island. We stared at each other, waiting to see who would make the first move. Finally, I said, "I'm sorry," it said, gobble, gobble, quack, quack, cluck, cluck. Which translates to, "It's okay." We talked, and it was a really nice monster, just misunderstood. We watched some movies and ate some popcorn and candy. We had a great time together. Wait. My daughter interrupted my epic tale of adventure. Dad? Candy? Did you eat all of the Halloween candy? The candy from years ago that Mom wanted to throw away? And your cold medicine? I nodded guiltily. You must have been hallucinating. Again. I heard my oldest son yell from the other room, "Dude, lay off the tussin'. Gobble, gobble. That's turkey for Happy Thanksgiving. Or don't eat me. I get those two mixed up."
Hope you enjoyed the story. Please like and share. See more stories at hellodearreader.com.